2 years. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is Teen Bodybuilder Robin Strand here, of course, and boom, pop the collars. And today is October 5th, and that means my birthday is in less than a week away, and then I'll be 20 years old. So this is my last week of being a teen, and then that just means, you know, I gotta work harder because now I'm a junior bodybuilder, and there's no time to waste. So I'm slowly growing, getting just past the 240 mark now. So I'm really trying to climb up to 270 and be and be just as big as I can. So today, I just want to say that I have some questions here from people who asked on my other videos, and you know, thanks for asking questions, guys, because I like to do these Q&As, and I'm going to do as many as I can. So basically, the more questions you guys ask, the more videos I'll be able to do. And the other thing is, you know, if you like what I'm doing, you know, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, you know, share this video, and you know, you can ask whatever the hell you want. I'll do an answer for it. So try to get some good questions going. You know, ask me about, you know, the science behind bodybuilding and stuff like that, because I know a lot about it because I love to research it. So, you know, ask me whatever you want. I'll give you the best advice or my personal opinion on it or whatever. And you guys can also let me know what else you want to see on my channel. So just post away, and I'll get some videos going because I love making videos. So here we go. First question is, can you elaborate on the rep speed and tempo for mass? Yeah, sure. That's a good question, actually. I think that a lot of people... Hold on a second. My throat kind of hurts. Getting a little bit sick because the weather's changing. It's like freezing outside all of a sudden. But anyways, rep speed, tempo for mass. So, you know, hypertrophy or building muscle all comes down to placing tension on the muscle, getting the contraction, the stretch. And I think that sometimes people can, you know, overthink their rep speed, and it can have a negative effect if you're always overthinking it. What I would recommend is to keep it simple and do 1 second for the positive, you know, in an explosive motion, contracting whatever muscle you're training as hard as you can, and then immediately control it on the way down, and try not to use momentum. And if you can have a true negative for, you know, 3 to 4 seconds, that really does mean that you're placing a lot of tension on the muscle, which is important for growth. If you're always lifting explosively 1 second up and 1 second down, you're not getting as much time under tension, which is important for breaking down the muscle fibers, because that's essentially what you need to grow. So what I would recommend is, you know, 1 second positive and say 3 or 4 seconds negative. That's it. You know, split second for squeezing it at the top, and maybe a split second for at the bottom, just to reduce any momentum. Don't overthink it. You don't need to go super slow, because then you're not going to be hitting, you know, the fast twitch muscle fibers, which are really what you need to be breaking down in order to build bigger muscles. Type 2, I meant to say. And, you know, the other thing is, if you're always lifting too quickly, you're going to be putting a lot of stress on your joints, and over time that can really cause damage, you know, in your tendons and your ligaments. And if you do have tendonitis or something like that and starting to develop, I would really recommend trying to control your negatives, because as soon as you start to develop tendonitis, and if you let it go even worse than that, it becomes tendinosis, and it's very hard for anybody who's trying to build muscle to deal with. So, you know, keep it simple, don't overthink it, but try to have a good negative and a positive contraction that's powerful enough, you know, to really hit those muscle fibers. Is it worth training for strength as a bodybuilder? I do think that training for strength can have its benefits, and if I was going to recommend someone to try to build up strength and power, I would probably have them, assuming they're not, you know, a beginner, because you wouldn't need to put a beginner in through anything except for just, you know, good training. But for someone who's more advanced and they want to build strength while putting on size, I would recommend incorporating rest pauses into your training. And basically the way I would do that is kind of like the DC training style, where you're doing 3 mini sets with, you know, 10 to 15 seconds in between, and you go to failure on those. So 3 times each mini set you go to failure, and each set will be, well, the first set would be maybe 6 to 8 reps. So you're getting, you know, those power, the power reps in there, but you're also going to be doing 2 more mini sets with 3 to 4 reps, and then maybe 1 to 2 reps. So overall you're having between 11 to 15 reps, and that basically creates more time under tension, which you need to grow. So you get the benefits of both worlds, in my opinion. I find that with rest pause you can build strength very quickly, and it's a really good way to just, you know, build the strength while putting on size. So you can give that a try. Next question is about the best places to buy bodybuilding shirts, shoes, things like that. And I think that what you should do is try to see if there's anything in your area. Obviously, you know, you could just Google like bodybuilding shoes or atomic shoes or whatever you're interested in, and see if you can find somewhere that sells them in your area. And if not, I would just recommend just ordering from somewhere online, which is what I like to do because I live in Canada, and, you know, there's not that much, you know, there isn't really that much to buy in terms of, you know, fitness gear, unless you want to go and get like Lululemon or whatever, that, you know, go to Sports Check or whatever. But ordering online is so much easier. You can just Google it, order it comes to your door. What positives and negatives have bodybuilding brought into my life? Well, that's a good question, actually. Let me think about that. Positives, definitely a lot of positives. I would say there's not very many negatives, in my opinion, to have bodybuilding. The only negatives that I would say that can be, I guess, a problem would be, you know, always thinking that more is better, because it's a natural tendency as a bodybuilder to think more is better, more size, you know, more food, more whatever, more drugs, and that can cause problems. That can be a negative in someone's life if they're not using moderation in what they do, while also, you know, you want to push yourself as much as you can, but at the same time you need to learn when to back down, you know, when to be basically safe than sorry, right? So that can be a negative. And another negative can also be for people that have body issues. It can give you a lot of confidence, but if you're involved with bodybuilding competitions, it is extremely hard to deal with if you have body image issues. So like I was saying, one of the problems with someone who has body image issues and they're competing in bodybuilding, it's everything has to do with how you look, and you're being judged on it constantly, being compared to others, and that's just not good for someone who already has those kind of issues. So me personally, you know, it's helped me a lot because it's given me confidence, it's given me things to look forward to. Basically, it just become my passion, and, you know, it really does keep me happy to do bodybuilding. Like, it makes me happy to bodybuild, basically. And I think, you know, if you're happy doing what you're doing, then I'd say that's one good positive right there. And definitely for me, if there was any negatives, it definitely outweighs all of it. Just all about, you know, what you like to do. So, like anything, there can be positives and negatives. What is my bicep workout like? Do you plan on changing your workout to address your weak point? My biceps. So my biceps, this person says, is my weak point. And, you know, what I've been doing has been working. So for now, I'm not going to change it up. But definitely, I do think changing up your routine after a little while is beneficial. You want to have some sort of periodization in order to continue progressing. And, you know, right now, what I'm doing is working. So I don't see a reason to change my workouts for now, especially if I'm growing consistently. And this is one thing that people may have trouble with, is sticking to a program for a while, because how are you supposed to know if your workout plan is, working, unless you actually give it some time to basically give you the results that it should be giving you. And it's really not. I mean, any program will work. It just depends on what you bring to that program. If you bring everything you have, you're gonna get a lot better results than if you do the exact same program and half-ass your diet. So really, if I'm gonna change my program, it's really not the reason why I wouldn't be growing. Changing your program is just part of it. If I'm not growing, it probably has to do with like my overall, diet, training, everything together, not just one specific thing in my workout. Because again, it also comes down to genetics, where my biceps might not be my best body part genetically, and that could be due to a number of reasons. So as long as they're growing, I'm happy. Did I play any sports prior to bodybuilding? I did do track and field and running. I liked it, but I could just tell that basically the sports I've tried, soccer, whatever, I never really had a really big interest for. I like to be active, but I didn't really have any interest in one specific sport. And I was always interested in playing rugby or playing whatever, but I was too small to do it. So that's why I started lifting, because I wanted to get into sports and be more athletic and have bigger muscles so I could compete against the other guys. This is a good question. Tips on saving money when buying food. I would say go to Costco, because Costco is the best place to save money, especially for things like oats, rice. Basically you get a large amount in bulk, and it'll cost you basically the same price as you would in a regular grocery store. And you pay, a $50 membership per year, which is like nothing, and you save a lot of money that way. So buying in bulk will always give you more for your money. It's just, you just have to buy more at once, and that's, if you have the money, $200 a week or whatever, which is what I will be spending. Actually, I spend almost $300 a week, but that's because I'm eating a lot of food right now, and it would be more than that if I shopped regularly. So I've looked online and things like that, places to save money, but for me in Canada, Costco is the best place to go. And another good thing, if you have in your area, would be trying to go to fresh markets where it's like locally grown stuff or whatever, or even if it's just owned by someone you can talk to and say, hey, if I buy a certain amount of food from you per week, can you give me a bit of a discount? So if you have something like that in your area, check it out. What's the worst that could happen? Oh, and for people in the States, use coupons. We don't get any coupons here. So if you get coupons, use them. How do I deal with stretch marks? They go away on their own. And, I have other problems to deal with, like acne and stuff. So I don't really see the point in trying to get rid of my stretch marks. Some people like them, some don't. If you really don't like them, you can look into using different, creams, lotions, or oils or something like that. And, the other thing is, keep your skin hydrated. Don't go ripping it when you're stretching. I mean, you should be stretching well, but when you're stretching, you don't want to be stretching your skin. So just be careful, pulling on your skin too much. If you were getting someone to